Oh, sorry. Alright, starting off the video kind of rocky today. Hey yo, what's good? Your man Shadow Walker's in the building again, man. Another video. Alright, so I figure I'll start off this video with, I guess, a cool vibe. Why not? And basically, I'm in this video. I'm pretty much. Hold on. Because I gotta turn this sideways because for some odd reason I had to angle it a different way. That was crazy. I just quick shot the whole thing. But yeah, I'm starting off this video just like this. Like, just cool vibe. No issues, no problems, no nothing. Just me straight shooting and killing. Oh my goodness, that was insane. Watch this. I'm gonna call the other side. That. Oh my goodness, that was crazy. He was. I don't even think he was expecting for me to go. He probably thought I was gonna go around. That's whatever. He went inside. But yeah. Watch this. 55 minutes. Poor Big Tuna, bro. Big Tuna's trying, you know? He really is trying. Like, he's actually trying, you know? Oh, 48 on him? I just one-tapped him. That was like a little love tap right there, no cap. Oh.
Bro, would you stop killing me, you freaking punk?
Sorry, man. I'm in the game for a reason. I'm in the game for a reason, bro. You ain't finna just sit around and just bully my boy like that. It's not how this works. I'm gonna keep killing you. Yeah, that's how this works. As a game at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Don't get mad because you go. Hey, don't get mad because you can't kill me. That's how this works, man. Hey, Z, you fight me or you don't. Seriously, you out here bullying Big Tuna. Like, damn, what the kid do to you, bro? See, now I'm gonna chase you. Hunt it. Cracked him. Sorry. I'm not gonna allow you to keep bullying this kid. Like, literally. I don't care how many times you're gonna try to go after him. I don't like bullies, man. I don't like them. Love tap. Look at him, he's frustrated now. Look at this guy. So frustrated. That's just, bro. Without you. I love these songs, bro. I love these songs. Like, they're so calming, relaxing, you know, so satisfying, you know. Nothing too chaotic or nothing, you know. So anyways, what am I in here for? What type of random video is this? And basically, why am I making a random video out of this person? Well, oh, okay, that was crazy. My aim would never be that good. I think that's just me playing the pit too much. That's just what it is. Yeah, that's just me playing the pit too much. I ain't gonna lie. Anyways, I'm gonna let them fight, whatever. Anyway, so why am I making this random video? And what's the purpose of me making this random video, obviously. But, well, basically it's just to kind of show off my little development a little bit. I mean, I have been getting somewhat better at the game. Not, like, too crazily that good. I mean, I'm still some things I'm still trying to adjust then and there. Like, I'm still trying to learn some things and stuff like that. You know, there's still certain things I'm trying to figure out in the game. Like, learning how to, basically specifically learning how to, like, aim personally with the adjusted setting that I have. My aim's still not that good with it. I'm gonna be honest. Like, if you can see this right here. Okay, that's insane. I basically have this on, like, somewhat high settings. My turning setting is, on the other hand, not that high, but it's still pretty high enough to where I can, like, actually shoot and turn, like, a certain way that I want to, basically. But still, I have not learned how to do that just yet, you know. But I have not adjusted these settings yet to where I'm comfortable shooting like this yet. You know? There's still some things that need tweaking. You know? But I'm learning more and more as I go along into this journey, learning how to aim better and stuff. That's why I am making a series and pretty much an episode. A series, whatever. I mean, however you want to call it. I'm making a series, and the series is basically called From Noob to Elite. I gotta look back at my other video for that, but I think that's what it's called. But yeah, excuse me. But yeah, that's part one of it. I mean, yo, thank you to the people who followed through on that. I just wanted to learn how to get better at the game. You know, develop and, you know, do better things in the game and stuff like that. So, you know, it's taking me some time to still learn it. You know, things about playing games like this it's always going to be a challenge. Any game you play there's always a challenge somewhere. And it's never really going to be so easy. But you gotta learn to face your challenges. That's the one thing I've learned from playing these games is learning how to face the challenges head on. You know. Also, so that's pretty much one thing. I'm still learning how to adjust with the settings, learn how to get used to it. I'm not fully used to this yet, but you know, I've been reading up on some things. You know, I've been looking up some videos. You know, it's taken a lot of time for me to learn this, you know. You know, but everything comes within time. You gotta be patient. You know? Another thing that I want to talk about is I kind of forgot what the next thing was I was going to talk about. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, sorry, my mind forgets sometimes. Yeah, so the next thing I wanted to talk about is live streaming again. Now, yes, I do have a Twitch. I guess I'll put the link. I guess I'll put the link in the description or whatever. Maybe, I don't know if anybody is willing to follow through on that. I have not been on Twitch in months. I can't even remember the last time I've been on Twitch, like actually streamed on Twitch and stuff. But I'll probably say I probably have not really been on Twitch since January. I would like to say January of this year. Oh, January or February of this year. I would like to say that. I have not been back on Twitch in that long. I would like to say that. I probably have not been back on Twitch and stuff for a minute. Now the real question is, would I like to come back to Twitch? Yeah, kind of no. I say this, it's only just because, one, I have not been adjusted yet. I haven't got my things set up for Twitch. I haven't got my things set up for Twitch, so I can't personally say that I'm ready to come back to Twitch yet. I know it's been taking me a hot while and a very long minute for me, pretty much a long time, honestly. I haven't been back on Twitch in a minute. I have not seen nobody's live streams, no nothing. I haven't seen a single live stream yet. I haven't came back to Twitch in a minute. I haven't live streamed in a minute. And the thing is, too, I just got affiliated on Twitch. Because my first Twitch, long story short, I'll tell you this. My first Twitch got canceled out. Now, why? I don't know. But there's no way in the world that is ever coming back. The name is gone. Everything about that Twitch is officially canceled. It will never return. Now, maybe some people will go back to it and see it. You know, they'll see the name is still there and stuff like that. Fine. But I'm telling you, it will never make a return. Ever. For as long as I live with seeing that account, it will never return ever again. Now, as for my other Twitch, it still stands. But the thing is, I will have to change the name over again. But I don't think I want to change the name just yet. I kind of want to just keep it for maybe a month or two. I'll probably keep it for maybe a few weeks. You know? Just to have people get the gist of the name that I actually have, which my actual name is Shadow Steps, but the real name is actually Shadow Walker. But like I said, I gotta get people notified on that situation, which that's gonna take me a minute to do that. So I'm not even finna go back and forth with that just yet, you know, because I'm not even ready to do that. But am I ready to come back to Twitch? In due time. I know it's been a very long time since I ever even touched Twitch or even came back on Twitch. but hopefully I will come back and make a return again. You know, I've been thinking about many other things, and I've had a pretty long history of just some bad times. I can't even go into explaining that situation. That's for another time, another story. That's a whole nother story. I'll explain a whole another time wherever I feel like it. Yeah, we'll see what happens with Twitch and stuff. Third thing. I can't really go into like full explanation for the third reason. Let's just say if I do come back to Twitch, or if I do make a return, I want to kind of make a return with a certain person. I want to start doing something bigger with Twitch. You know, changing it up a little bit, giving people more chances. That's what I want to do with Twitch, and that's what I've been holding. Well, that's not the main reason why I was holding back. I mean, there was obviously many other reasons why I was holding back on Twitch and why I wasn't live streaming. Like I said, story time for many other reasons. But I kind of also was holding on Twitch for a little bit more because I kind of wanted to hold this whole Twitch thing for like certain people, and also I want to change the Twitch up a little more by just doing different gameplays and stuff like that, you know? Basically, I want to kind of do games that I like, you know, and hope for the best at seeing the crowd, or just to see if people are interested in what I'm playing and stuff. I can't, you know, guarantee that, but you know, I'm just hoping people would love and hopefully enjoy what I'm bringing out. But I can't make no guarantees on that just yet. I can't. So, but whatever I do, make a return back to Twitch again, which it has been a while. I ain't gonna sit here and lie about it. 9 years on the platform. I've missed my 9th year mark, but I have been around on Twitch for 9 years now. Aside from not streaming on Twitch or being around Twitch, pretty much being around Twitch, streaming and live streaming and, you know, stuff like that. Aside from that, I have been on Twitch. I've just been watching people mostly on Twitch. That's why I've just been using it for mostly. I've been using it mostly just to support other streamers, just watching them mostly. So I've been around watching people, just haven't been around to that point where I needed to, you know, live streaming and stuff. So yeah, but I have been on the platform for 9 years, you know, just being around it, you know, watching people and stuff. Well, yeah, I have been on it. Yeah, the third reason of the person that I wanted to share my Twitch with, because that's like the big plan that I have for my Twitch, is I want to share this Twitch with another person, or like certain group of people and stuff, you know. So that's pretty much my plan on. That's pretty much my plan on what I want to do with the Twitch. I just don't want to do this whole Twitch thing by myself anymore. You know, it's been feeling kind of lonely with the whole Twitch thing, and I feel like I just need to make up for every well, I can't make up for every person, but I kind of just want to make up. I want to make up what was lost on Twitch, because I've pretty much lost a lot on Twitch. That's why I haven't really came back on Twitch. Partly, that's kind of that's partly the reason why I haven't really came back on Twitch. The other reasons, well, like I said, the stories that I had going on and stuff. So, but yeah, Twitch has been kind of dry lately. I ain't gonna sit here and lie. It's been very dry for me. I haven't really did anything with it, and I want to kind of build it up. I want to kind of build it up with just people instead of just building Twitch for myself. Because the way I started off Twitch was mostly, it was just sorting things out with like certain games from years ago. And that really worked out. So I just used it as like creating it, watching streamers, watching other people, mostly just going stacking years on. And the other reason is, my other reason personally is, and then making my way into 2021, I would say later 2021 or 2022. That's when I started growing a little more on Twitch, and I was working extremely harder than I did before. Just constantly, continuously, just like streaming for hours. I would stream for 10 plus hours almost every time on Twitch from around that year, and that was my reigning year. I would say was 2022. It was like my reigning year. It was between 2021 and 2022. That was like my reigning year where I actually got where I was really getting busy. I don't know. Later down the line in 2022, it kind of got worse for me. I started losing people. I started losing contact. I started losing out on things that I didn't want to lose out, and it never worked out for me after that. Everything, things just went wrong. So can't really speak much on that, but. Yeah, those are mostly my reasons why I never really came back on Twitch that much no more like I used to. Because I don't know, it's just around those years. I would like to say those are my growing years. And why I say those are my growing years, it was like just because I grew off that Twitch thing from those years of 2021 and 2022. I grew off of that mostly on my own, but just with the help of people who just started to recognize me and who wanted to help me grow. So I can't really say specifically I grew it off myself, but then again at the same time I can say that it's only just because of the fact that I started off as nothing, and then I started growing, I started developing, I started to get better at games that I liked and stuff, and people started recognizing me. People didn't even know who I was. I never even knew anyone in the games that I played. But I started to learn I started to learn, I started to understand. I started to learn how to play the game. I started to grow friendships within that time. But things change, and it happens for the worst times, The thing is, certain people didn't believe that I was going to rehab. Around later 2022, for about 2 and a half years, I was still playing games within those times, but as I went along, I just started. I was in rehab mostly because I did earlier rehab from a year ago, saying before I got into Knockout City, And then I just decided, you know what, it wasn't working out, and I was wondering what was going on with me. I still couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. So I did 2.5 more years of rehab. You know, it's a lot. It's so crazy, just all the years and time that I've been through. Like it was so suffering for me. But I know people there was still some people who at least vouched for me and understood my reason of my certain breakouts that I have, you know, and my certain reasons that I was going through the things that I went through. Oh, it was so tough, bro. You have no idea. But, you know, around these times now, I would say, growing up, I don't know, I just, you know, it feels like, you know, when you're around this time where, you know, you start realizing the older you get, the wiser you're starting to become, you know, that saying always just rings a bell to me every single time. Basically, I feel like I transformed. I started sharing more. I started giving out a lot more than I used to. You know, I don't know. I just stopped basically just, you know, thinking about myself so much. Because it's not in my blood no more. Even if people was to tell me to start thinking about myself, my future and stuff, I get it. I understand it. But then again, some people, they gotta realize my reasonings, my purpose as of why I choose never to do that much anymore, like for myself, like I used to. There's so many reasons for it. So many. I could go down a list of the many reasons why I just choose never to be that so-called person no more like I used to. Yeah, I'm still ground protected, care about my family, staying strong always. Like, yeah, you know, keeping God first with me at all times. Yeah, but aside from that, you know, my heart just wants to give now. You know, I pretty much gave my life out to God at this point. You know, and I just chose never to just be this. I just chose never to be that person anymore. You know, I used to be that person, and that was cool. It was terrifying. It almost turned me into a monster I didn't want to be. Almost. But then I started realizing so many things. You know, I gather my thoughts. I gather all the things that happened to me. Seeing Mother Nature. You know, reading the Bible almost. You know, reading the Bible almost every single day. But always keeping it with me to let me know that God's always with me, protecting me at all costs, keeping me away from dangers and stuff, you know? It's a lot. There's a lot to go in with this. So much. There's a lot of changes that go with this too. So many changes. Like, I can't even begin to explain, but I'm sure I'll explain it for another story time or whatever. I don't want to go into like deep explanation for it. Maybe for another story time I'll explain like more deeper situations. But for now, yeah. Aside from that, yeah, my thing with Twitch now, I wanna do something more amazing for Twitch, and that's pretty much sharing out my Twitch, you know, for other people. What I mean by that is just, you know, using it to reach out to others, you know, maybe doing gameplays together, you know, maybe potentially even changing the name for me and the other person, who knows. But I don't want to make the name for myself anymore. You know, I'm at this point in my life where I'm just more giving now. So, which honestly, personally, it shouldn't have to be so. It shouldn't have to be that big of a problem. You know, hopefully, you know, for certain, you know, hopefully for people to understand. You know, I hope. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess those are the only mainly 3 reasons I have. I don't really have much else to say or, you know, whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll be back to do another gameplay. I just did like a whole zero build like gameplay from my previous one. Want to go check it out? Give it a like. You can. You know. May God bless you as always. Even if you like it or you don't. You know. People have a choice of their own whether they like the videos that I do or whether they don't want to see it or don't want to watch it. You know, it's your choice at the end of the day. You know, nobody's forcing you to subscribe to me or to do any of that stuff. I just bring out content like this because it's fun and I enjoy it. And this is something that I always wanted to do. I always wanted to make a good living for myself. You know, at least make a good living out of something. You know, keeping my blessings high at all times. And I want everybody else who watches this video or sees this video to keep their blessings high at all times also. So, always remember that. Alright? Anyways, that's going to do it for this video. I know there wasn't much of a gameplay that you saw in this video. But, hopefully you have heard my story. And, you know, hopefully you have heard about maybe my, you know, plans moving ahead of time. Saying for certain things, hopefully it works itself out, you know. But I love y'all. Y'all take it easy. God bless. It's your man Shadow Walker. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out.